Biggest and best weekend of the year, the Grasse Urban Downhill. It is my favourite race, my favourite track, favourite people. I don't know if I'm allowed to have favourite people, but I do. I'm going to prep the bike today. It is Saturday, the race is tomorrow, so I've got a busy day ahead. We start the day with getting all the kit ready, which is what I've got laid out in front of me. The bike we're taking is the Orbea Rayon. It's the biggest hitting, most travel bike in the range, and it's perfect for the steps of Grasse. Got all the kit ready. I know the garage looks like a state, and it is a state at the moment because I haven't had time to tidy it up. So I'm literally gonna pack the bike, I'm gonna get out on the road bike, do a quick spin to make sure that the legs are feeling good, and then it's a case of throw all of this in the truck, get to the airport, fly to Marseille, get a hire car from Marseille, down to Grasse, try and get a few hours sleep, get on the track, do the race. Bosh! This is a B&W bike carrier. It's brilliant for throwing on the aeroplane. It's solid, it's got packaging on the side, it protects the frame. It even has wheel carrier bags as well. I don't know if that's the thing, wheel carrier bags, I'm making up words now. Different tyre setup. Oh, there's a stone, nice. This is a different tyre setup for this weekend. So I'm still running the Magic Mary on the front, that's an ultra soft compound with a super gravity casing. But on the rear, I'm going for a knobby Nick. This is a slightly different tread pattern and it's soft compound, so it's slightly faster rolling, and it's super trail, which is a lighter carcass, so it means that the rolling resistance of this is much faster. I've done some testing on it and I love it. The discs, when I travel, I take the discs off, I put them in a piece of cardboard. I'll just slide that in because you don't want to keep them on the wheels. That's when they get bent from the side and then you have a big problem when you arrive at the race. And my handlebars, I do the same thing. So cardboard, handlebars in there, I don't know if you can see that, maybe, maybe not. And then what I do is get a nice lightweight bag and I throw all of my tools in. I take minimum tools because on Ryanair, I'm allowed 30 kg allowance, which is really good because a lot of the other airlines, you're only allowed 23, I think it is. Ryanair, 30 kg, big thumbs up from me. Pedals, I still want to travel light. Chain, I take the chain off so there's no moving around. Tyre pressure gauge, Torx wrench, little ratchet, and all of the tools on the wearer tool set, and of course a quad lock out front mount that goes on the bars, and this is critical when I go away. So I'm going to a random place. Okay, I've been there a couple of times before, but it's a new hotel and I've then got to work my way out to get to the racetrack on the following day. Having a quad lock on the bars, Google Maps, and away we go. It just makes things a little bit less stress and a lot easier when you're traveling. Love it. It's a bit windy today. This is the only bit I can film, so I'm in a bit of a gap between mountains. It just so happens to be a big hill. First transport of the day, head to Alicante Airport in the Raptor. Arrived at the airport, flight is delayed. Another 40 minutes sat here. Travelling is not fun. Flight done now. Stood in baggage collection. I've spent a few hours of my life in these places. Everyone's bags have arrived apart from one bicycle. Flight was an hour late. It's now 9:53. And I'm very tired, and I've still got a 2-hour drive ahead. 2 hours in a rental car, and I've still got to get that. So it's not going to plan so far, but it's going to work, I'm sure. We're in the hire car, we're on the motorway, 2 hours, let's go. It's gone midnight, I've made it to the hotel, time to get some sleep, and then it's playtime tomorrow. No, today. 6:45, breakfast time. It's race day. Didn't have the best night's sleep, but it's okay. One day, pushed everything into today, and I can rest for the rest of the week. We're at the race venue. The race finish is just over there. First job of the morning. Build up the bicycle. Registration time. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
You're okay.
Belmore, number 2.
Oh, number 2. Oh, the pressure. Merci. It's my best result here. Silver medal in 2019. So a bit of pressure today, but I'm just going to enjoy it and enjoy the day, and we'll see what happens. And the sun's coming out, so at least the ground is drying up. There's a lot of wet floor. It's going to be interesting. It's going to have some fun. A little bit of a track walk here. So this is the main set of steps coming down. This is where nothing's even. So if you see the steps, you've got 1, then you've got 2, there's a 3, then a 2, then a 4. So it means that you can't actually find rhythm to come down. It's very difficult to find a flow. So we'll just be trying to carry as much speed as possible into this corner here. But this corner, as you can see, goes from wet into dry, and there's a lot of sun coming out, which is really nice, and I think that will get onto this corner later on. But I do think the course, particularly up the top of there where it's in a lot of enclosure from the trees, that means there's going to be a lot of wet sections. So just trying to balance between speed and finding the grip is going to be key today. So here is the famous road gap. I'm stood on the takeoff here. We're going to jump most of the road. Let's go and have a look, see what it looks like. So the trajectory of this is actually a bit steeper this year. Normally it's a bit more flat and it's a bit more of a floaty jump. This is a bit more freestyle. So I'm stood next to it. Give you an idea of the height where I'm stood. So it's pretty good lip on it. There's a nice looking bicycle. And the landing fires into the stairs, and the section here, you really want to just carry the speed and actually gap the stairs as you go down. Oh look who it is coming up here. So you want to just hold the speed through that section down towards the hay bales. I mean, just look at the swagger on this man. It's either beautiful or hideous. I don't know which. Actually I do, it's hideous. Side on view. Patrick, you ever done a jump this big before?
Not really, no. I'm just gonna close my eyes.
Yeah.
Hope for the best.
Yeah, that's what you normally do, isn't it?
Yeah.
This year it's a different start, which I really approve of. Last year it was on the top of those steps up there, which was great, but it was very tight, and then it leads down that way into a street coming perpendicular to the back of these buildings. Now, the reason why I like this is because we've got a little bit of a flowy jump here, followed by a long sweeping corner, and yes, the ground is wet. So if that doesn't dry up, there's going to be a lot of skill into that first corner, which could right the race pretty much. I'm pumped. I'm so excited for this race. I really am. I know last night was a bit tiring, and that's just traveling, isn't it? But you put that behind you, have a coffee, get on the bike and go and do the job. Oh, it is slippy out there. Bonjour. Bonjour. You want to try first?
Yes.
Yeah? Merci. God, this bike is so good. Last time I was here, I was on a very different bike. The balance of this thing is incredible. It. Training runs are all done here in France, and I am now ready with my bike, which is looking and feeling fantastic. Not that bike, this bike. We have got 2 runs to find out the best 10 riders, and those best 10 riders go through to the super final, which is later this afternoon. My goal is to make the super final. If I get to the super final, I'm happy. I've done the year. It's been an amazing journey this year, a huge learning curve, and if I get anything more than the super final, that would be amazing. Let's see what happens.
I put my hand on your shoulder. Okay. And when I hurt, going through.
Merci.
2, 1, go!
Too early. Absolutely mad what's just happened there, but from the generosity of the mountain bike world, someone has given me a wheel. What a guy, never met him before. What a lovely, lovely man. So I owe him a lot. We've got the tyre back on, we got a wheel. Mech has got a huge amount of damage. I got 2 gears and I'm just going to use those to fight through here to try and get into the final, and if we get into the final then hopefully I'll have more time to do some mechanics. Let's go. Run number 2.
2, 1.
It's okay? Get in there!
Il est content. Et il a raison. L'arrivée de Singapour, Singapour. Benoît, le phénomène.
Bien joué.
That was it.
Your impression, this track is crazy. Your wheel is dead for the first run. Your impression, Ben?
Yeah, first of all, apologies, I cannot speak French. I love this track, I love this town, I love the people here. Everything about this race for me is my favorite race of the year. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So in my first run, when I had the big accident here with the rear wheel, I thought the day was over, but I found that little piece in my heart that has the special place for this town, and with the good people here that helped me with a spare wheel, and I'm just happy to put a clean run in. I think we're going to the final. Merci beaucoup. That was the Yes, we're going to the final.
Attention. 2, 1.
second. There's a lot of guys to go. Merci.
Bravo.
Merci.
Very good.
Merci beaucoup.
Bravo.
J'ai vu. Merci beaucoup. Merci. Ah. Merci. Hey.